What up, folks? This is Ringo here. We're getting ready to kick off the event. Fighters are still putting on armor, lining up. But I see that we have a bunch of questions, so I'm going to try and answer some stuff. First off, can you hear me? Is my mic good right now? All right. I'm hearing that my mic is good. So what we got going on tonight is something new. It's called a WarLord Tourney. This has been done in a number of other fight sports. This is the first time the ACL has done it, so I'm going to walk it through for you guys. A WarLord Tourney is everyone who's in the event starts in a one-on-one fight. So we break up all the fighters so they'll fight 1v1. The winner of that 1v1 fight will then absorb the loser, and they become a two-man team that the winner is in charge of. That goes down the whole line. Those two-man teams then fight each other. The winner absorbs the loser. Again, the winner is in charge and gets to make the plans and all that. So they go on, and then they're going to fight the next, and so on and so on. Tonight, due to the number of fighters, the way we'll have it start off is we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 one-on-one fights, and then those will turn into 2v2s, and they'll fight into two 2v2s, which will turn into two 4v4 teams, and those 4v4 teams will end up fighting our champion two-man team of Dave Olson and Brian Durante. So we're going to have a round robin with two 4-man teams and one 2-man team, but that 2-man team is with two of the legends of the sport. One of the toughest men to ever fight, Dave the Mangler Olson, and of course the winner of the first episode of Night Fight, Brian Durante, who's fought on every team that's possible and is a monster of a one-man army. I don't know. I kind of ran out of words there. So that's what we got going on tonight. I just wanted to check in and let you know. All right. So I see we still have some questions. The 1v1s are neither night fights nor point fights. It's going to be a best of 3 takedowns. So either takedown or submission. If the fighters both fall down, they stand up and they fight again. So it's the first to either get their opponent to submit or to fall with a clean fall. I see that I've totally lost Chris Willikins. I'm sorry, man. I don't really know how to make it more easy to explain. Basically, there's a bunch of teams. They're going to fight. The winner gets the losers. You'll see it as we figure it out. Yeah, so that's what we have for you tonight. I'm going to go through the lineup real quick. The first fight is going to be Vincent Sabatino versus Caitlin Nichols, followed by Greg Fisher versus Gavin Houle. Then we're going to have Brandon Ross versus Maestro Morte, otherwise known as Josh Carrig. Then we're going to have Julie Jacob versus Tyler Von Oy. And then we'll have the two-man team that I mentioned earlier, Dave Olson and Brian Durante. Reffing tonight, we have Robert Nash as our head ref, and it looks like we're going to have Josh Barber, the Trash Princess, as one of our line refs, and Mikey Johnson as our other line ref. All right, looks like there's no other questions right now. I'm going to go grab a water, get set up. I'm going to mute the mics again, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, bye. All right, Jay is about to give his spiel, so let's listen in.
And how this works is 2 fighters come in, they're going to fight a best out of 3 rounds using melee rules, which is put downs or submissions. Whoever wins becomes the captain of the team. Whoever loses becomes their teammate. We're going to do that a number of times until we have a bunch of 2-man teams or 2-person teams. And then those 2-person teams are going to fight 3 rounds. And the winning team that comes out of that has a 4-person team. Okay? And then those 4-person teams are going to compete. Except the numbers worked out that numbers and the way they signed up turned out that we're going to end up with 2 4-person teams and 1 2-person team. However, that 2-person team is pretty stacked. So they have a very high probability of being able to defeat a 4-person team. So that should be really interesting. All right. And then we'll have 2 teams at the end, and those 2 teams at the end will fight it out, and the winner is the winner.
Looks like Jay is grabbing some weapons, and he's going to give his beginner's entrance.
This for the very first time. Okay, great. So we use steel weapons. You might want to put your hands over your ears. Put your hands over both ears. Both ears. Steel rails. These folks are going to hit each other full force. It's a full contact, full force fight. Okay? Tell me if that is real or not. It's not sharp, but it's real. All right? And if these folks were not wearing armor, this would cause serious injuries and or death if they weren't wearing helmet. Okay? So this is all real. Nothing is staged here. Nothing is fake. How many of you are watching the show Night Fight? Right on. Right. Some of the fighters that you're going to see here tonight, you might even recognize from the show. You might even recognize a couple. All right. So, referee tonight, Robert Nash. All right, and then we have Josh Barber helping him out as a line ref. And then we have Michael Johnson from this last week's show. So Mike has moved here to New England to train here at the Knights Hall. So he's living up here just since the show. So, all right, let's bring him out.
And our fighters are coming in.
Fighters, come on in!
Might have heard Liz there, giving our showrunner, giving a call. And here come the fighters. I see Mangler walking out. There's Gavin, Brian, that's Vincent, Greg, Caitlin, Julie. That is Josh, otherwise known as Maestro, Tyler, Brandon, giving a wave to the audience. And that is our lineup. I'm pretty sure we'll see Jay announce them in a second here.
All right, so we'll start right on the end with Dave the Mangler Olson. Dave Olson has been doing this as long as this sport's been in the United States. In January of 2012, he was in this very room training with us and with me to get ready to go to Poland for our first international competition. So there's Dave. Next to him is Brian Durante. Winner of episode 1 of Night Fight. We saw him. We have Gavin Wool. Gavin's a new fighter. He's been fighting basically a year. He just started in Scotland. So have Vincent. We have Greg. We have Caitlin. We have Julie. We have Josh. Also from this week's episode of Night Fight, right? Tyler Benoit. To be turned. You've already aired? Week 2. All right, week 2. Tyler from week 2, and then Brandon from week 1. All right. So now that they've been introduced, we're going to rise for the national anthem.
Getting ready, taking the promotional picture, and then we'll get into our first fight, which we are going to have Vincent Sabatino versus Caitlin Nichols. Vincent is a new fighter. He's been training at the Hall for a couple months now. He's a former HEMA fighter and a former wrestler. I believe he also has some military background. I don't want to say which branch and fuck it up. Oh, let's listen to Jade.
Fight, Vincent Sabatino versus Caitlin Nichols.
Caitlin was not ready for this.
Versus Gavin Houle. Brandon Ross versus Josh Derrick. Julie Jacob versus Tyler Benoit. And Dave Olson versus Brian Durante. All right, I'm prepared. Go.
All right, here we go. Arming and preparing. Apparently the fighters did not know their pairings until just now. I don't know if you saw the face on Mangler and Brian when they heard their announcement, but they were both a little excited is not the right word. You can see many of the fighters visibly gulp at their pairings. This is going to be an interesting night. Anyway, back to this first match. Vincent Sabatino, as I said, is HEMA background, a bit of a wrestling background, and a bit of military background. But this will be his first night in armor. Caitlin Nichols is still a new fighter, but has been in armor for a couple of months now, maybe 6, and she's been steadily getting better. I'd still put her at an underdog on this. She's just finding her feet. Her offense is still lacking, and I don't know if she'll be able to make up for the strength disadvantage. But there's a lot to be said about being your first time in armor. Your energy goes way faster. Your movement is very, very different. Just learning your balance, learning everything about it is way harder than it would seem at first. So while I definitely give this to Vincent, I would not be blown away by a Caitlin win, though I would be surprised. Here we see them in. It looks like Vince will be wearing a sugarloaf with scales and wielding a long falchion and a small buckler. I'm not sure I like that choice. That falchion looks a little long and a little tip heavy for his first time in armor. Caitlin's using a two-handed axe, which is a decent weapon for melees, but a singles fight will be difficult, especially if she has not learned proper swinging. All right, here we go. Nash is about to set it off. And remember, this is a best of 3 to takedown or submission. Caitlin getting right in there. She's not backing down. Oh, and Vincent sits her. We see an armor failure. Her gauntlet has come off. There's a nice move by Vincent, turning her over. She was not able to get her feet back under her. But you see, she got right in there, and Vince was a little hesitant. It didn't look like he felt great about swinging that falchion. This one is going very fast. We'll see if it keeps at that speed. They're getting at it on the rails. Caitlin needs to get her axe free. Vince has got a good wrap with his buckler and is able to take her down. What Caitlin's doing here, those initial cross checks are getting her some good good separation and messing with his head a little bit, but unfortunately she's not able to capitalize on that. You need to follow those cross checks up with something more, especially if you're putting someone into the rail. The rail gives great balance. We see her struggling to get up right now. Looks like she's fine though, just a little awkward fall, couldn't get her feet back under her. And that is 2 falls, so that is the best of 3. We're moving on. We're not doing all 3 fights, it looks like. We're just doing the best of, we're just going right to 2. All right, moving right on to the next one. It's going to be Greg Fisher versus Gavin Hewell. Greg will be fighting in the white and black helm. There's a griffin, and we will be seeing another griffin unpainted in all black armor with Gavin. It looks like we're seeing both of them going with short axes right now. I'm going to edge this one to Greg. Greg is a athletic guy, though he's been having trouble keeping his feet under him recently. Gavin seems to have better feet, but his offense has not really arrived yet. They have about the same experience in armor. Greg, I think, has maybe a few more months on him. He's a slightly smaller man, but more muscle packed in there. We see both of them keeping in that cross-check position, trying to reach over. Notice Gavin has both his hands with the thumbs facing inward, while Greg has one thumb facing high. That means Greg is actually at a disadvantage going into this. He's not as strong with his left hand there. Gavin's got him over the head now. This could be it. Greg, nice use of his feet there. If he needs to get his head out, though, any takedown he has now is likely to bring him with. Nice. Gavin abandons it, and Greg is around. He's around the helm. Gavin's helm was looking like it was coming off. It was an awkward angle there. Nice. Good swing. Gavin caught a lot of it, though. I don't think that landed very hard. Greg needs to back away and start swinging if he's going to keep that hand grip. Now Gavin's switching. No, his hand is too high. He needs to get that hand lower if he's going to hit with any power. Greg over the back of his neck. Oh, I see a wrist showing, though. His gauntlet's coming off. Gavin gave him a second he shouldn't have, and he was able to fix the armor failure. Oh! Nice work to get him bent over, but Gavin was able to keep his feet. He's looking a little rocked. Greg takes a step back, tries to find the swing. He's not setting it up. Gavin with a good block there. Gavin putting the pressure on now. I think Greg's getting a little tired. Gavin might be able to start up. That hit sounded good, but I don't know how much power he's able to hit without getting his full body and his hands wide. Nash is breaking them up because Gavin is over the back of the neck there. Back of the neck holds are illegal. Greg needs to fire more than once. That single shot is just going to get blocked every time if he doesn't lead with a feint. Better. He's not backing away, though. He's not setting it up. He's not maintaining distance. He's just firing. If Gavin would step in when he does it, he'd probably find some good work. Head-to-head work right now. They're trying to go over each other's. We have an armor failure. I feel like that is going to give the round to Gavin. Nash is conferring with Jay, who was running the show this running the event this time. Sounds like this was.
Lost his gauntlet.
And we hear from Jay that Greg lost his gauntlet, and that is going to cost him the round as an armor failure. It is now 1-0 Gavin. Nash making sure everyone knows. We're getting a 30-second break between rounds. 60-second break between rounds. I'm sorry. Nash waiting on the Bridget's count, and we see Greg is breathing heavy. It doesn't look like Gavin. Nope. We see his chest coming up pretty good. They're both pretty tired right now. We'll see which one of them is able to make something happen. Greg going right in, head-to-head again. Neither of them really setting up some movement. Just willing to go straight in. No real lateral movement. And he loses his gauntlet again. That's not great. He's got to watch his composure. He might end up getting a yellow card on that. He's being sent off. I don't think that's with a yellow card. I think that's just for the loss. Very angry. That's very frustrating. I understand his feeling on that. It's a terrible way. It looks like those might be new gauntlets to them. Hasn't really figured out how they sit. The cuffs might be too long. I'm not sure. We're now coming up. It's going to be Brandon Ross versus Josh Carrig. They're coming in right now. I see Josh is going to be fighting wearing his nasal, and Brandon also fighting in nasal. You can tell them apart by Brandon will be wearing a USA Brigadine. It has the red, white, and blue, and Josh has those very shiny white shoes. They're both fighting with bucklers. It looks like Brandon has a falchion and Josh has a axe, but I'm not 100% sure it's a falchion. I can't really see his hand right now. Brandon stepping in. Oh, they're both fighting axe and buckler. I take it back. Brandon's setting some distance. This is what I would like to see. They're trying to figure each other out. Some lateral movement. Josh makes the first move. Goes in there. Is able to pull Brandon's shield down, but Brandon's still able to get in. Nice attempt at a leg kick, trying to sweep him. Brandon going for a hip throw. Oh, no, that's just a nice ankle trip right there. Well done on his part. Josh is, I believe, 6-7 months in armor, fighting a vet in Brandon who is maybe it's maybe 5 years in armor at this point, has fought on our 5-man national team, our 16s national team, and our 10s national team, has multiple international medals. He is not a guy you want to fuck with. One of the hardest hitters in the game. That said, Josh is coming at a significant underdog in this. He's not completely out. Brandon has occasionally had bad feet, and Josh may be able to take care of this if he can get some quick trips or somehow manage to get Brandon to overbalance on a charge or something. But he's going to need to get Brandon to make the mistake. He can't just hope to sit in there and bang with him, or Brandon will take the match. Brandon giving a salute. Oh, Brandon setting it off. Josh doesn't have none of it, though. He's getting right in there. He wants to get to the clinch so he can set up. Looks like he was trying for some punches. Oh, wow. It was a nice, almost not a suplex, but nice hip toss where Brandon has his wrapped around and uses his hips to lift Josh up. Josh was able to get his feet back under him, though. Pinned in the corner. Brandon looking to punish with that axe. Oh! And with that, Buckler is able to make Josh sit, checking on him, make sure he's okay. That's 2 matches, and Brandon takes the round. We will now be moving on to Julie Jacob versus Tyler Von Oy. Julie is, I believe, about a year in armor, and Tyler is maybe Tyler's maybe 2 years in armor. Julie is maybe a year. Tyler, however, has shown out as a strong contender. Tried out for the Eagles last year to make it on the Scotland team, and made it to the 2v2 round of Night Fight in his episode. Are we back? Can you? Are we back? Anyone on the chat? Can you? If you fix the music volume, I can't fix the music volume, Keegan, but thank you. Is this? Are we going? Okay. Hey. Sorry, I lost audio for a second again. We're trying a new system out here. We're working through some bugs. We apologize for all of that. We don't really know all of the details of what's going to happen, especially with us playing music in the background. YouTube sometimes gets mad at us. We think we've solved it. We'll try and keep this up, but we may lose audio again, and I apologize for that, and we'll look into this before the next stream. Anyway, so how y'all doing tonight? Everybody having a good night? Who thinks they know what team is gonna take it at the end? No matter what happens, we're gonna end up with a team of Vincent Sabatino, Caitlin Nichols, Greg Fisher, and Gavin Huell versus a team of Brandon Ross, Josh Kerrig, Julie Jacob, Tyler Von Oy versus Dave Olson and Brian Durante. So, anyone who's got picks for the final victory? If they could somehow switch Brian for Brandon, that would be an interesting switch. But no, I think you were right. It's going to be Brandon, Tyler, Monte, Julie for that. Personally, I think that is a good pick. I'm in agreement, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised at Mangler and Brian pulling it out. Those guys are no fucking joke. I've just found out that Brian may have opened Mangler's nose per usual in that. We have the perennial nose opening. Perennial is probably not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Mangler's face gets opened up every time. That's how you know it was a good fight. And that happened again. He ate a bunch of shots. It looked like his helmet might have got loose there. Another thing that we're that's one thing we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Another thing we're going to have to keep our eyes on, Greg Fisher's gauntlets. We can see that those gauntlets are not up to par. They're slipping off. So maybe he'll go back to some old gauntlets. Maybe not. I've just heard from Brian, who is responsible for all of this beautiful tech and responsible for audio when it works, and not responsible for when it doesn't work. He has just told me that he's heard Greg is going to be trying to replace his gauntlets. So that's good. We're hoping to see that.
I'd get out of the way.
And I hear that Greg is good to go. Is there room? There's not room. All right, we are back. Get out, ready to get started. I've been joined by Michael Lewich.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So we're gonna actually have a little, hopefully, back and forth banter. Hopefully you guys enjoy it or hate it. Either way, we're gonna have fun. So our teams right now are Sabatino and Nichols. They're in the far corner, and in the close corner we have Huel and Greg, who I did hear has replaced his gauntlets. So we're and it looks like he's also switched to a buckler and shield, as has. And no, Gavin is still using his two-handed axe.
Yep.
All right, so we'll see what happens here.
We got a same pairing on the other side.
So we have an even weapons mix. I'm going to edge this to Huel and Greg. They have the experience. Oh, Greg trying to get in there. No. But Caitlin was able to get her back to rail. She's down, though. Greg able to get in there.
Nice. Stop.
We have a stop fight. I don't know what happened.
Sabatino's helmet kept popping off.
We have a helmet failure. Mikey with some great eyes to step in there and make sure he's okay. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, Gavin was getting the hole, but Sabatino's helmet just kept sliding up and off. So Mikey called it before anything happened.
All right, so we have that's 1 point for Team Huel. They have team names. I wasn't able to catch them, so we're just gonna call them by the winners of the fight. The fighters who won. Sorry, my head's a little out of there. Anyway, we're in our break right now. We see Mikey coming in. Looks like he wants to
double check helms. No,
what?
Switch the scene.
I apologize. Brian has told me that I fucked up. So here we go. There we go. That looks better. I apologize for not giving you a full screen.
Oh, here we go.
Unfortunately, I took the expert away. Here we're getting into it. Oh my God, they're really getting into it. Caitlin's wrapped around Greg. If Greg goes for that,
Caitlin's staying up. Oh, Caitlin and Greg down together. We got a one-on-one.
Yeah. What we saw there, Caitlin was.
Huel puts down Sabatino.
And Huel with victory right there. Gavin putting down Sabatino. What happened on that throw, Greg really needs to get free before he goes for that throw. Caitlin was wrapped tight around his leg. And if you try for a throw when someone's wrapped tight around you, 9 times out of 10, you're going...
Actually, that was Greg and Sabatino.
No, that was...
Wasn't it?
No, it was Greg. It was Greg and Nichols. Sabatino got put down by Huel. All right, we're a little confused about which fighters are which. This happens when you have new fighters coming in. All right, our new fighters are coming in.
Yeah, I'll hold the mic. Mike will hold the mic because there's nothing redundant in that. All right, so we've got Tyler and Julie on the far side. And then, yep, Brandon and Josh on the near side. What do we got for? I can't quite see the near side from my post.
Looks like we have Axe and Brandon's hand and Axe and Julie's hand.
Up. Ooh, big pile up.
They're getting into it. They managed to isolate Brandon. He's the real threat out there.
Yep, they shut him down. But he's still managing to throw.
Managed to get Julie down, and now Tyler needs to get free. Can't let Brandon take those free shots.
Nope. Oh!
He's able to.
We got a dropped weapon, lost weapon, and there's nobody handing weapons.
Tyler's decided to just go with it anyway. Oh, and he's able to bring down Josh with his backhand.
Nice. One-on-one.
One-on-one. Brandon's wrapped around his back. If he can manage to get free, he has a strong position to throw from. Looking for some punches. Tyler going for underhooks. Almost able to break free. No.
No, Brandon's got him.
Brandon putting pressure on him. And now they're resting. Tyler goes with the overhook over Brandon's arm. He looks like he's going to try and push his butt out and try to get, tries to sweep one of those legs. If he can get one out while he's pushing down on Brandon's head, he's going to get the takedown.
Oh!
Well done by Tyler to come back from behind on that.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm not sure on the legalities of losing a weapon in this new format, but the refs let them fight, so...
Well, there's nobody ready to hand something off. There's no teammate sitting behind.
Yeah, this is true, and so I guess that's just the way we're going to play it. Seems like we're going with the Night Fight TV show rules. Your weapons are, once they touch the ground, they're down.
They're down.
But you're still up.
All right, we're going to go for round 2. Let's see.
We're in our break right now. None of the fighters. Tyler actually breathing very heavy.
Especially for him. Well, Brandon's that was a rough wrestle.
It really was. Brandon had the dominant position for a large part of it. Tyler did good work to get controlled that arm, and then finally was able to pull him down and take his legs out.
And a lot of times, especially when you're not moving a lot, you're putting a lot of effort trying to do every little movement, so that gets really tiring really fast.
Yeah, sometimes when you're pushing all your weight into an opponent, it looks like you're doing nothing, but you're using all of your energy. There's a way to getting into it.
Drop.
Tyler out of the fight, right back in. Josh needs to turn around and deal with this threat.
There he goes. Come on.
He's getting free. He's not going to let Tyler just tee off on Brandon. Brandon needs to get a quick takedown, though.
Good.
Nope.
Brandon's free.
He's going to start
Oh!
swinging. Oh, wow. Tyler eats 3 big shots. Brandon going for the takedown.
Oh, they take each other down.
All right, it's down to Josh and Julie.
Julie.
Josh needs to win this for his team. He needs to get her down so they can stay in for one more. Julie throwing some punches. Josh is able to dodge them, though.
She's got to swing,
Yeah.
and he's got to get out.
She needs to step out and use that axe, and he needs to do something. I would like to see him just explosively push out and try to push her over the bodies.
Get out, get out, get out. He needs to get, he's almost out, but he's not.
He's not working it. He's just trying to sit in there and hold himself up using the rail. Julie only using one arm to control that clinch. That's not going to do anything. She needs to get both arms in there.
No, she'd forgotten about it and was just going for the punches. Julie's got an MMA background, so she's going down to what she knows.
Yeah, she needs to remember that she has a weapon and knows how to
There
use
you
it.
go.
There she is. She's starting to get it up.
and clear.
She can get
No.
over his head right now.
No.
She can go for a throw. She's going to press into him. Josh needs to get
Come on.
free. There it is. He's pushing into her. If he can drop his head and get out. Nope. She's got the clinch again. But she's not getting strong control in this clinch. Oh, pushing his head over the rail. He's in a bad position now. She can pull out.
Not getting, no.
Oh, he's not free though.
He
And she's dropped her weapon.
Which we've seen is just going to be an inconvenience for Miss Julie.
But he needs to get free and use the weapons he has. He needs to start swinging and punching and not just sitting on that rail. But he seems to be happy to do that. And just eat these punches. She starts to go 1, 2, 1, and he's swinging back. They're getting into it now. And he butts her over the rail, over the bodies.
Oh, wow.
That is how you use your ass, ladies and gentlemen. Nice fight by these two new fighters. You can see they're a little undisciplined, but they have some potential. They just need to put it all together.
So that leaves us at 1-1.
1-1, and we both of the two stronger fighters, the two captains, are going to be fresh in this next one, while both of the two supporting fighters will be very, very tired after that long, grueling match.
I don't know about you, but sometimes I end up taking a nap when I'm laying on the ground for a while and like 2 guys are fighting. I'm like, I'm just going to
especially
fall asleep.
something that long. But Tyler actually looks like he's still breathing heavy, and Brandon might be too. It's hard to tell from this position. But Tyler doesn't look like he fully recovered in that down position.
No.
He did eat a couple of heavy shots, one to the gut area, which could really be taking its toll now.
So I was thinking about this format coming into this, and one of the things I realized, this is the one time you don't want to beat up your opponents because they're going to be your partners the next round one way or the other.
This is true. If you put in too much damaging shots, which is usually our go-to, try to bring it some shots so for the next round they have less. But if you do too much to your opponents, when they become your allies, they're less.
You're crippling yourself.
So you might want to just go for grapples and takedowns, but not too much on the grappling, because then you get very tired.
Oh!
What a
nice hit by
charge!
Tyler.
But into the rail, and Mort was able to stay up. And now we're just dirty rail fighting. Tyler with those low leg kicks.
Oh, nice, Tyler.
Trying to get.
Tyler's just holding off Johnson.
While
Going
working
for
Brandon.
Brandon.
Oh, but Brandon able to get Julie to sit while Tyler goes to town on him. Now if he can just get that pull, Tyler fighting back for the rail.
Oh!
Brandon with the takedown. He goes down,
Yeah, he goes down too.
but Josh is still standing, and so that is the match.
That's it.
It was a nice throw. He almost kept his body up. I'd like to see a better work to keep himself up in the future. Oh, our camera went down. Oh no, I don't know what's happened. I apologize. My Steadicam has failed
The
me.
Steadicam was not really steady.
I don't know how much we lost. We have another 10-minute break.
I take it we're just going to hush up for the next 10 minutes, or are we going to talk and babble? And
We can talk about what happened. Apologies. Apparently the camera went down early. There was no notification, though. Unfortunately, I can't check the chat while we're also commentating. So
we're getting yelled at by our tech help for not changing the scene. And
Shot and scenes so you can look at it.
So we have the chat up now, so now we actually can see you. But unfortunately, there's nothing for you to see. So
We can just see Small Paul looking fly.
apologize for the loss of camera there. So yes, hopefully you were able to see a lot of that action. I don't know how much you lost. Brandon was really swinging hard. Tyler had a lot of good work in the grapple and with his kicks, was not able to land those falchion shots into gaps, and I think that was really the separation.
Yeah.
He was only throwing into armor, and that's not going to drop someone fast enough there.
Especially with, I mean, you can hit hard enough with a falchion, but you got to place it much better.
Yeah, you really need to look for gaps, or just be something on another level. It's great through armor when you're setting something up, but if you're trying to drop a guy like he was, it's not going to be enough. I feel like in that last round, what Tyler needed to do is quickly put down Josh and then turn his attention on Brandon. Try to be quicker to the takedown than Brandon was against Julie.
Yeah.
But instead, he tried to just fend Josh off while taking out the threat, and unfortunately wasn't able to shut down Brandon's offense. Brandon was able to make Julie kneel to a hit.
Yeah, well, he wasn't being effective enough on Brandon to make him ignore Julie. No, it was good though. It was nice to see some sword work. There was definitely some teamwork. People seemed to be had previously discussed what they were going to do.
Yeah, we definitely we're seeing the captains take a tactical role here. We've been asked for a replay. We are not yet at that tech level. I apologize. Maybe for the next stream we'll be there, but most likely it's probably going to be a couple months at least before we can figure that out. We do this as a hobby. None of us get paid.
What?
So
Wait, I'm not getting paid?
No, you're not getting paid.
I'm fucked. I'm out. No,
And we lost our second announcer. No, we're joking. Yes, we just do this for the love of the sport. We're trying to bring it to you. I apologize again. We're working through a bunch of stuff here. We're trying to make it the best we can, but we're gonna have technical issues, and that's just how it is until we can either get a dedicated setup or anything. If you want to maybe throw us some money so we can afford a mounted camera, feel free, or just buy us one on Amazon. Whatever.
And ship it care of the Knights Hall.
Yeah, ship it to the Knights Hall, 55 Lake Street, Nashua, New Hampshire. But for now, we're dealing with some whatever we have handy, and so it's gonna be a little rough for the next couple months while we figure this out.
You know, you do have a bunch of medieval knights, trying to play with some tech here. This is a little.
I do hear someone saying stream Patreon. I agree, Patreon would be great. We don't really know how that would work into the business model of the Knights Hall or into what Ben Sugarman, who is in charge of the Nightlife channel, is looking to do. So we're not ready to push a Patreon right now. But like I said, you can just buy us a camera. If you want to send us money, just do that instead. Or send us money. We'll take money.
We'll take money.
But no, we're not going to be setting
Just
up a
shove it in
Patreon.
our pockets or something when you see us, right? Yeah.
No Patreon until we have a better idea what we're doing with the channel. We're still very young. We're still figuring it all out. So we don't want to put that up until we really feel mature and feel confident in our product.
Whoa, wait. We're supposed to feel mature?
I mean, yes. At some point, we will hopefully do that. Obviously not yet.
No, not yet.
Anyway, so apparently that last round was missed, so I'll try to give you the highlights of it. Basically, Tyler and Julie went out for the first round, and Julie went down not too quick, but eventually, within the first couple, maybe 30 seconds, Brandon was able to put Julie down. Tyler was in a bad position, but was able to force Brandon to not swing,
Which is always a good move.
Yes, in that position, you need to prevent yourself from eating too many heavy shots. And so he was able to do that, and eventually, while fighting Brandon off and moving quickly, he was just able to walk Josh Carrick too fast to keep up in armor. As I said earlier, movement in armor is very hard to get used to. Picking up the balance, learning how your body moves, learning the speed it moves with is a whole skill into itself. And Tyler was just able to utilize that while chasing Brandon, ends up with a quick takedown, and then, while in a bad position on the rail, able to work Brandon's head down, get his butt free, and then throw some, not really leg sweeps, but essentially back back kicks
Yeah.
that worked Brandon's hips out and then put him down.
Yeah, he did a really good job of taking a bad position and being able to squirm his way out of it.
Yeah, that was great work. And there'll be another angle released later on the National Nightmares channel that is being filmed. And that will have all of that round. So don't worry, you will be able to see it. And you definitely should pay attention to that fight because it is a great highlight. This went up. Yeah. My steady cam did not stay steady. So anyway, in the next round, round 2, Tyler and Brandon went down together. I don't exactly remember how that throw went. Who threw who? They just ended up falling together.
They were throwing each other.
They both may have gone for a throw. Anyway, so they fell together, and then we saw Julie and Morte fight, and Julie basically forgot she had a weapon and just threw punches, while Morte was able to hold himself strong but not get out of a bad position.
Yeah, he really should have gotten out of that.
Yeah, he needed to get to a better place, maybe work something, try to move her around the bodies. Eventually, though, they went down the rail. Julie lost her weapon, threw some heavy punches, was actually doing some good work there, but lost her field awareness, and eventually Morte basically just backed her into a pile of bodies.
It'll be interesting later to talk to him and find out how much of that was purposeful.
Right. Yes, he may have not known he was just trying to get out of that bad position. Anyway, he does it. He gets the takedown. Then in round 3, Morte and Tyler square off. Tyler gets a great check into Morte, otherwise known as Josh. I'm going to switch between these names back and forth. I apologize. It's confusing. I'm confused. You're confused. We're all confused.
Yay!
Anyway, so there's a great check by Tyler on Josh. Knocks him into the rail. Josh is able to keep his feet. Good job.
Stayed up. Nice job.
And is able to basically keep Tyler from doing anything effective while Brandon starts to tee off on Julie. Julie's not able to take too many shots, has to take a knee, and it's before Tyler can really do any damage to Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon able then to get his axe around the back of Tyler, goes for a powerful heavy throw, ends up going down with Tyler as he throws her over Julie's body. However, Morte was free, he's still standing. And that's the victory to Team Ross. And that's the replay of the round, the audio replay. And like I said, we will have another angle of this fight coming out on the Nashua Nightmares YouTube. Please go like and subscribe that. I can't see what you're showing me. I can't see what you're showing me.
She's next set of brackets.
Liz is coming here giving us the information on the next brackets. However, my eyes are terrible and I can't see what she's showing me, so she's going to rewrite it because she's a lovely lady who loves our product and is trying to make
looks like we're going into 4-on-4s in a round robin based on what she's saying because we got 3 teams.
Yes, we have we're gonna have 2 4v4 teams and 1 4v2. So first up, we're gonna have Hool versus Durante, followed by Hool versus Ross, followed by Ross versus Durante. So there's gonna be some interesting fights.
Hool, everybody's gonna. Looks like Durante's gonna have an advantage in going first and last. He's gonna have a break in between, while everyone else is gonna have to really watch their gas tanks because they're going to have a whole second set of fights coming right up. And I'm trying to talk while Evan's updating some stuff here because I just placed our tech guy. Hi, tech guy.
Our tech guy's name is Brian. Mike, meet Brian.
Brian, we've met. I'm horrible with names. I get hit in the head a lot.
Mike does get hit in the head a very lot.
Honestly, my name will also get mixed up with everyone.
Yeah, we really do need to come up with a better name for you.
We have 2 Brians, and my last name's McLean, so there's me and Lane.
Yeah, so if anyone has a good nickname for Brian, pitch it to us, and we'll give you a shout out on the channel if we like it.
All right, switch.
Oh, I need to switch the scenes.
Switch the scenes because we got folks coming back out.
Okay.
Yay! Evan can be taught. I can speak to this.
All right, so here we are. We're getting ready to go again. It looks like we see Caitlin wielding a 2-handed weapon, a 2-handed axe. Hool and
do we have people sitting on the bench?
Hool and Greg are both using one-handers. Oh, no. Hool is using two-handers as well. Greg going with a punch buckler, which is the buckler that is in your hand and strapped, and a falchion. And then we're missing a fighter. We're not sure exactly where he is.
So this first fight is Poole versus Durante.
I can't see the weapon.
All right.
We're back.
We're
with
back.
audio.
We got a big pile up in the corner. One of the other things that
Ted coming in with a big hit. He's all over the place. Oh, but Brandon really wants to put him down with that axe. But they go down together. Morte trying to get back in there. Poole
and Tyler.
tied up in the corner, and then we see Valentino holding up two. He's doing a good work though, holding these two up. Poole needs to get that takedown. Can't let Tyler swing that big, heavy, whatever you might call it.
Oh!
And two double takedowns.
Julie stays up for the win.
And that is the win for Julie right there. And Ross's team takes it. There's one of the problems with these. When you're seeing a lot of these grapples, they're really over the head and both hands are in tight, which lets your opponent get in tight. And if they have anything on you, it's hard to get the separation you need to get a good takedown. One of the ways you can do it is throw against the rail so you can catch yourself at the end, but trying it in the open field tends to leave you going down together. I really do not like to attempt throws when I'm in that position because I hate a double takedown. I hate feeling like I did something great and then having it ripped away from me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still having trouble getting into other positions to do a throw. I'm finding myself, I think part of it is with the axe. That's a very natural thing. You're reaching over with both hands. You've got it on the weapon. You're kind of afraid to just use one hand to do something,
right?
Because it's hard to use, let alone hold on to an axe when in just one hand.
I agreed, and that's I think the key thing is that once you get that position, you want to go for it because you feel that you have the dominance. You know that you have control. The problem, though, is that control is only enough to get them moving. It's not enough to move them and get separation unless you're really, really good. Our tech guy came back, and we're good. Again, we're taking nicknames for Brian the tech guy, Brian McLean. So yeah, if you have nicknames, please send them in to us. Well, I'd say
we could go with McLean, but I don't know if that would be.
He's the one in chat who will be answering it and telling you whether you have stupid ideas or cool ideas. So come with.
Oh, we don't have to make that decision?
No, we don't have to be judgy. We just get a laugh after the judging.
We will be judgy, but we don't have to be judgy.
No, we don't have to.
Oh, okay, good. Because I like being judgy.
I just told them to send their worst.
Oh, you have no idea what you have done, my child.
Die hard. Die hard.
I like it. And we will now refer to our tech guy as
Die Hard. Hey, if we get another one of him, will it be Die Harder?
No. We hear, I don't know if you can hear that. Our background mic seems to have gone out. But Brandon was giving some advice to Julie. Watch the blind side. He's walking around. He really wants to make sure that Greg is not able to use that movement.
Which he's been doing really good, but
Greg's movement is one of the key differentiators that could bring this take this away from Rule, but he needs to be able to put something together with it. One of the problems is with everyone staying on the rail, it's hard to get a good check takedown.
Yeah.
So he needs to find a separator with that, and that's very hard. Sometimes you can get a check and turn it into a throw. Sometimes you can use it to give your buddy a throw, but. So hopefully we'll see something from him.
Looks like right now we're getting some armor repair on. Is that Josh?
No, that's Greg in the corner.
No, he.
Oh, we have multiple armor repair going on.
Oh.
We have armor repair on the near side, which is Josh Herrig, and armor repair on the far side, which is Greg.
Right.
It looks like this fight is taking some toll on some armor and some fighters. We are still missing Caitlin. I believe she's all right, but apparently she will not be rejoining us, which is so sad when that happens. But it's a rough sport, and sometimes it just can't continue. I've been there. I'm pretty sure you've been there.
We've been there.
It just happens.
Yep. Stuff happens.
Yeah. It's
rough. All right. Now we're still waiting on Greg, who's very calmly and patiently standing in the corner waiting for his armor repair.
All right, Big Bob Nash about to get us started. He calls for Ross. They're ready. Ready on Hule's side.
Yeah.
And here we go.
There we go.
slow start for
Ross
Ross, which surprises me.
2-on-1 and Greg tying him down.
Yeah, and Tyler able to get a lot of heavy shots off. But Tarantino
Come on.
stayed up. Greg getting free.
Greg. Oh!
Able to put the check.
Oh!
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Setting your buddy up. Unfortunately, he will not quite able to finish it, but that's exactly what he needed to do. Greg needs to get a quick takedown here, but he's not able to.
Oh, Tyler's stuck in the rail.
Oh!
Oh!
I think Greg might have just broke his axe when he did it too. That thing is bent in the rail. 2v3. Who needs to get a takedown and tie it up? But they're tied up themselves. Do we hear?
Oh, Greg with a
Greg with a takedown. It's 2v2. It's 2v2. One. Not able to get the check on Julie. Brandon puts down Hool. What a punch. Greg is tired. Brandon is tired.
No, he's done. He's done.
Oh! Brandon
That
not
was a
having
nice
any of
move.
it. But
A
what
nice
a round. What a round. Look at that weapon. That is bent in half.
Is
in
that
the rail.
no?
Is it not?
I don't think it is.
Oh, I'm seeing the back. I'm seeing the back of the rail.
It's sitting in the rope that holds the rails together.
Okay. It looked like the back of it was poking out bent. That's less cool.
No, that was a harsh hit while he was trying to get that out.
Great, and that's some good field awareness to see someone in a bad position and take advantage of it. Ross needs to stay in though, and they're tired, and they're about to fight two of the toughest fighters in the league. They got numbers, they got some punishment ability. Will they be able to put it down?
I don't know. I'm a little concerned about that. Them being tired, and Durante is a tank for all night.
Yeah, Durante's energy levels are unheard of, and Mangler's will just does not end. That man will just keep going until you make him stop.
No, you can't make him stop though. We've tried. You can't do it. The man will be dead, and he will still just be standing there going, no.
And here he comes, the man himself, Mangler.
Maybe he's going to try it by himself. I don't know.
Maybe not man. The beast himself, the Mangler. Again, we're going with the one-handed weapon. I think the same strategy that you talked about earlier. They're worried about getting free, so they want to make sure their hands are good and ready for the grapple and can do some in-close work. Brian was having a lot of success with that shield punch.
Yeah.
Later on, he was starting to really get that thing working and really rattle some people's heads with it.
So we're waiting on Durante. We've got some chat going on in the Ross side.
I wonder what strategy Ross is going to come out with. Usually he is very aggressive, loves to bring it to his opponents, but that last round he was kind of slow to start. Who was the one who brought the energy?
Yeah, and they're tired. They're breathing, both of these guys, Durante and Mangler, are ones who are going to take advantage of any mistake you make.
Yeah, that's true. You can't really give these guys anything. You need to be on the top of your game. And if you're not, they'll put you away. I mean, we saw it when Durante had a dominant position, but gave up a half an inch to Mangler. Mangler got over his head and put him down. And that's one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
And they did that to each other. They had a war. And so here these fighters can't make any slips, otherwise they're going down.
Yeah, and Durante and Mangler also have no room for error.
No, that's true. Brandon will not give you a second chance. Neither will Tyler. And Julie and Josh out there, they showed that they're starting to put some stuff together. So it's not going to be an easy fight for Brian or Mangler, especially down two men.
Yeah.
I don't actually have a winner in my head. I'm gonna edge it. I'm gonna edge it to Team Durante just because they have the energy, and Ross is fighting tired.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Durante's more likely to come out with this. There's a lot more experience on their side, and neither of those boys go down. I mean, it's possible, but you're gonna pay a price to do it.
That's true. And one of the things that you would normally think would be on your advantage here with 4-on-2 is gas tank. You would normally think that you could just outweight someone, but honestly, you can't. Those two will go far longer than these four. They'll sit there in that 2-on-1 till you're too tired and you fall over. I know. I've watched them both do it to myself, and pretty much everyone here at the hall. Both of these guys have fought out of many 2-on-1s.
Yeah.
So they can do it. They can definitely do it.
I mean, I think Ross's best bet is to really go for hopefully a quick takedown, because if they can get it quick enough, they can get the 3-on-1. And I don't know if they're calling. I mean, I'm assuming they're still going to call the 3-on-1 as a fight.
I would imagine they would, but we'll see. Maybe they'll let it go. But I would imagine yes, they're still going to keep that. That's been a fundamental in every variety I've seen.
Yeah.
I think that might be a good strategy. The other thing that I might see them is try and take one of them and isolate, and see if they can put one guy to isolate one fighter and just stay up.
Yeah.
The problem is, which one do you isolate? Because if you isolate Mangler, can the other three really drop Durante? But then if you isolate Durante, you might just get putting down, because Durante can get the fast takedown. Mangler will take a while, so you can hope that you have that time.
Yeah, you've got a little more. With Mangler, you've got a little more time to work. He's a slow glacial force, so to speak, that's going to take you down over time.
Right.
So,
but Durante.
Well, let's see. We've gone to 2-on-2.
They're going 2v2. They're just dividing forces. Josh is hammering on the head. Brandon
Mangler
is
just holding on to Brandon's axe.
He's like,
that's all he's worried about.
I'm not letting this axe get free. I don't care what you do to my head. Brian in the other corner. Julie's trying to hold him so that Tyler can get free to swing. Ryan also
doing some swinging.
Not letting him. Ryan landed some painful gap shots to Tyler's ass. Julie needs to get in there.
She's trying to figure out how to be effective. Tyler's not giving her an opening.
No, they need to work together better. If Brandon could get free here, he could maybe start to swing. Mangler's not letting him.
Yeah.
But Tyler's free. Gets shut down. That's the
Julie's
problem.
looking tired. That's the problem.
Yeah. And the problem with Tyler's, almost got the swing in, but Brian saw it coming. One of the problems with Tyler's big weapon right here, you don't have time to work it. It's really hard to swing that thing.
You're going to get like one swing off before your opponent gets an opportunity to do something about it.
Back on the other side, Mangler trying to get a good clinch over Brandon. Brandon saying no. Tyler goes down.
We got 3-on-1.
We got 3-on-1. Are they going to call it?
3-on-1.
Are they going to call it? They're calling it.
They're calling it.
Yep.
They're calling it. Yeah, looked like I'm not quite sure exactly how we were watching the Mangler stuff, so I'm not completely sure how that went down, but that's all you needed.
No, it is. It looked, from the look of it, Tyler wrapped around him, kind of went for the throw and said, I don't care if I go down with this. One of the problems with this 4v2 format, though, is that basically if one of Brandon's guys can grab and just fall over one of Durante's guys, they get the win. And that's one of the things I don't like about the 3-on-1. But at the same time, do we really want to let a 3-on-1 go? I don't know.
It's not absolutely impossible to beat a 3-on-1, but it's going to be statistically, and you're going to take a beating getting there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Do we really want to let someone just take that beating for the chance? I mean, I feel like maybe beforehand they could have asked the fighters to take a vote or something, but as it is, I think they're making the right call. Let's stick with a 3-on-1 for now. I just dislike that this makes suicides such a valuable tactic. Usually they're a bad call.
Yeah,
because
But you got to be careful that it's a valuable, so that you don't screw it up.
That's the problem, especially against these two guys. Both of them are solid fighters, and if they're near the rail, they may be able to hold on and make you fall down. It's still a dangerous attack, but it's less dangerous than normal.
Tyler was just wandering across, not sure why.
Are they restructuring?
No, I think they're checking some armor.
So investigating some armor. We see Nash has called Jay over to look at something with Tyler's visor. They're letting him fight. I think I saw a crack in the visor, but it looks like it's still structurally holding. So they're saying
Yeah,
you can fight.
It's probably the little nasal piece in the.
It looks
Oh,
like Julie may be having an armor failure that is not
Oh.
fixable before the next round.
This does not bode well for Ross. 3-on-2 on these two.
No, that takes away your ability to do that suicide. Julie gonna try and get some new gauntlets in case this goes for
we
a
got
round 3.
Tyler tying up Mangler here.
Oh!
Oh, Brandon and Brian. Brandon's
taken
down. 2-on-2.
2-on-2. Brian, but Mote has Brian's back, and Brian is not yet able to turn around and do anything. There it is. Now he's around.
Now, yeah.
And now he's starting to
Now
work.
Brandon's got the
swinging. We got the same thing going. Oh, and he puts him down.
2-on-1.
I don't want to be Tyler right now.
Tyler, yeah.
Tyler didn't want to be Tyler right now
No.
either.
No.
2 hard shots to his unprotected ass, and he takes the snap.
It did, yeah.
And now we're at round 3. We'll see if Julie can get her gauntlets together in time to get back in there.
Yeah, no, it looks like she's gonna make it back in. If we can make a hole.
So I believe the winner of this round will be the winner of the night.
Is that how we're gonna do it? We're not. Well, something happened.
It looks like we're still good. Something went happened on the computer, but it looks like we're still good. We're still up.
Hey, Die Hard, are we good?
Are we still good?
Wait. Because something went funny on the computer, and you're the tech guy, Die Hard.
OBS went down, and I didn't, and then it looked like it closed, but it was fine. And so we had a second to freak out. All right.
All right. Well, that, and I just wanted to scream at Die Hard. Look, you got to be calm when you're in those air vents.
We're about ready to start. Julie's back out there. We have
back
the
on the
4-on-2. Let's see if they go for that suicide tactic.
I think Ross is just too tired. Ross's team is going to be tired.
They're very tired. You see Brandon slow, but he still wants to get in there. He wants to mix it up. Oh, Brandon's free with that axe. That's not
Oh
good.
my
That's
God!
not
Look
good.
at Dave.
This is not good.
Look at Durant.
Julie's down though.
Julie's down.
And Mangler says no. I'm gonna take care of you. Durante with those legs was able to keep Brandon at distance. That was
Wow.
key. That was key.
He landed a couple shots on the head, but that was about it. Now, if these guys can get
They can put Durante down, even if one of them goes down with him.
Oh!
Not if both of them go down!
And now, Durant!
But he can't! Mangler takes the victory! Woo!
Mangler just did that same, climbed on top of Brandon.
Once he got over, yeah.
And Brandon needs to do more squats.
He does. He was almost out. He was in a deep squat position, but was not able to get his legs back together. They were spread too wide. And Mangler salutes the crowd. What a victory. What a victory. And it looks like we're seeing the fighters head off. I believe that is the end of the night.
I don't know. Are they gonna?
We'll see. We're gonna check in with a showrunner, find out if we're gonna do.
Team Rule out there. The Team Rule is the one that gets dissolved.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. There was Team Rule is going to be broken up between the two teams. There will be a draft. Who picks first? Durante will be picking first out of Team Hool, and they'll be filling up their teams, which I think will make them even, right? Because 2 will go to Durante. No, it'll be 4 on 5. Yeah. 4 on 5.
4 on 5.
Well, that's a much more even. Jay, can we get? Is it going to be 4 on 5 on the field, or are they going to go to a 3v3?
No, that's going to be as many as fit on the field.
As many as fit on the field, so it will be a 4v5 on the field.
Oh, this is gonna be tight.
This is gonna be and
Very
this will
tight.
be interesting. Apparently, Dave's face has opened up.
Again.
Julie's gauntlet broke. Yes, is she out? Yes. We saw that. Thank you, Mikey's coming in, giving us some news. Julie's gauntlet broke, but we were aware. We saw her put new gauntlets on. Thank you to whichever fighter lent their gauntlets out. Again, let's talk about the camaraderie we have here. We're willing to share our armor with people who respect it.
Yes.
Mike was actually supposed to be fighting today, but unfortunately he had other commitments and was not able to. Had to show up late, and so he's joined me in commentating.
I wish I'd kind of known that my commitments would have kept me here. I could have loaned out the armor, but the numbers would have been even worse.
Yes, and that's the thing. We tend to love to put it. Mikey was actually supposed to be fighting, but we were unable to locate armor in time. Again, we thought Mike would be fighting. Also, they're not exactly the same build, so.
I'm a little more buff, I think, than Mikey is in his.
And
strong.
you're also a little more short.
Well, it's the hair. It's since I cut the hair, we have a difference of. Hi.
So anyway, we're having Gary the Murder Gnome coming up saying hi to us. I did.
No, we do.
You have to give a shout out to all of us. Oh, Mangler walking out bleeding. His face is opened up.
Yeah,
again.
that happened in the first fight against Brandon.
Against Brian.
Against Brian, yeah. Brian, yeah. Which is
Mangler.
Oh wait, we've done our choices.
Oh.
We've got. All right, so. Hi, are we back
It doesn't see it.
You're getting levels.
Oh, okay.
Levels.
Oh, we're back. We're back. Hold on, let me make sure we're back close.
And our soundtrack is trying to get people to read. I'm not sure they understand the audience they're talking to.
Are we up? Are we up?
We're trying to see if we got our audio back. If somebody could let us know. Yep.
We're back.
We are back.
We're taking a 10. We're taking a 10.
Yeah, this is the 10-minute break. So yeah, there've been I'm impressed with all of our fights. Oh, we were talking about so one of the blessings and the curses of being at the Night Song is that we have some of the top fighters here. Which both means you get to learn from us and learn how to fight against the best. But one of the problems is when you're coming up, you're often fighting against the best, and you don't get time to figure stuff out before you're jumped by Jay, by a Brandon, and you're worried about surviving.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, being one of those guys who's trailing behind the top guys, the moments when I'm on a field that I don't have to worry that, oh God, Jay, Brandon, Al, Durante, the long list of people who I really don't want to hit me aren't there, really gives you a freedom that lets you say, oh, you know what I need to do is this. And you have to realize that you have to step up and make those and change your game, because you also play differently. You know, if I've got Durante on the field, I'm going to play a little differently than if I'm the top guy.
Exactly. And what's great about a different format like this, where only a couple of the top guys are out there, is that we get to see some of these people exploring, figuring out what do I need to do with freedom of motion. Oh, I'm in the dominant position in the corner. What do I do? And you start to see them developing their offense, developing their defense, learning about movement, and it's really nice that they get this extra different time. But there's still those people out there who they have to be worried. They don't have to be worried all the time. Yeah. So it's really good that we're seeing that, and we've seen. I think we've actually watched Julie discover how to use her punching. We watched her level up. We watched Morte learn. Hey, I have my feet. I can learn how to strike. We're seeing a lot of these guys. Serantino, first time in armor. The first fight he had with Caitlin, he did not know what was happening. When he took those first 2 cross checks, he was throwing these happy little shots like you might throw in Hema, and didn't know what was happening as he ate some cross checks to the teeth. And then his wrestling background kicked in or something, and all of a sudden, oh, I know how to play this game too. And his physicality started to come out. And we're getting to see all these people figure out new levels, and that's great and that's awesome. It's great to see people discovering things as we're watching.
Yeah. That is one of the great things of the sport, is not only being able yourself to move up through these levels and discover new things, but watching your friends and your comrades do the same thing. It's a mixed blessing, because as they level up, you're going to get put up against them and have to deal with that. But nonetheless, I mean, we're all here to have a good time and improve ourselves, and nothing improves you like having a better opponent.
Yeah, and it's one of the great things about having that. When you go somewhere else, you can start to have that moment of, okay, all right, I'm not as worried, and you get to think things through. And a lot of people don't get to go anywhere and feel comfortable. Generally, when you travel outside the hall, you get to feel comfortable in your armor. Unfortunately, that means you don't generally feel comfortable in your armor the majority of time you fight. And that's really important, learning to be comfortable in your armor.
I mean, hit time is so important, learning just to not have to fight your armor. I mean,
we saw it. We saw it as Josh got taken down because he wasn't able to keep up just moving. Just moving. And actually, that's how the first takedown Tyler had on Julie just pushed her, and she wasn't able to get her feet back under her. So not fighting your armor is so key in this. And that's actually one of the advancements we've seen in Mangler. Mangler's updated his kit in the past year, and we've seen him really start to come to really. He fell behind for a second, and he's come back to that top level, and we're really seeing him use that grind game. We're seeing him get control over people while he is bleeding out of the face. I can't say enough about how tough this man is. You look at some people, you're like, God, I want to be that tough. I do not want to be as tough as Mangler. I love him. He's great, but I don't want to pay the price to get that tough. But I would love to if you could just push a button and be that. I would.
Oh, maybe if there was a pill or a shot. Maybe not if there's a shot, but no.
I feel like a shot or a pill isn't going to give you that will, that toughness. It might give you the strength, because that man has some crazy strength, but it wouldn't give you that ability to just grind and grind while someone's punching you in the back of the head. You're saying, no, I'm going to hold on to this axe.
I mean, there's definitely a will issue in a lot of this, and that is one of the things that Mangler brings to this game is just, I don't think he knows the word quit. I think he's familiar with it because he makes other people do it, but I don't think he knows how to do it.
So, as you're aware, we introduced not a policy, but we're a practice where we try to tell our fighters if they're in a bad 2-on-1 and we have more fights, please go down so that you're ready for a fight later on. We try to make sure that fighters are aware, hey, don't gut this one out. This is not the time to be a hero. Because we do want people to be heroes, just not for no reason.
Yeah, right.
Mangler's the reason we have this policy. Kat was yelling after we put it in place. Kat's yelling at Mangler, go down, go down. As Kat was happening to Mangler, go down, Mangler. I need you later in the night. Please go. Mangler takes a beating from, I believe it was Ryan. I don't remember the other one. But
it doesn't matter. Brian and anyone.
There was that one time you and I had Mangler. I had a hold on him. You were beating on him. It was like there was literally one more round to fight, and it was just like he was just. I'm like, go down, go down. No.
Yeah,
I'm like, no.
And he ate a bunch of shots that time, and that's the problem. I mean, it's not a problem, but it is. It's a thing. That man will not quit even if you tell him to.
And there's a fine line between there's a very fine line where that beating is worth taking no matter what, and it's just not worth it. And it's important, this is why you listen to your guys on the sideline, listen to your captains, so that you get some idea when you should take it and when you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's a huge part of this game is actually communication. People won't believe it when you first start because you realize you can't hear anything in armor. When you yell, no one hears you. But when you're able to start to put together that communication, able to use a couple of words and get someone's attention, or even just look and have them acknowledge you, that's a separator. That's a key
set of eyeballs getting really wide is very communicative.
And that's a key. Listening to, like Mike said, listening to your captains, listening to your team. Nash has announced that he is not going to stay in the ring with the fighters, which is a smart play in a ring this small.
Yeah, he's not a dumb man.
And here we go. Ross versus Durante. Ross sets it off. Goes right in Durante's head. Caitlin is down. Was that Caitlin?
Down.
It was Santini. I'm sorry. Quick drop. Julie's down. Greg running around. Nice duck there. Into Tyler though.
Oh!
And he needs to get his feet together. 3 on Durante. Mangler needs to get a quick takedown on Morte and get and he does. Back in there. Oh, teammates. Mangler and Tyler are teammates most of the year. They fight together. Now they have to fight against each other. Tyler driving him into the rail right now, trying to work these armpits.
I think Cool's trying to get out, but Durante's got a hold on his axe.
Yeah, no. Durante wants to hold on. Brandon tries to suicide and takes him down. But Poole not sure what he should be doing. Poole also on the Highlanders. We have 2 Highlanders on 1. He needs to start swinging. That's not going to do anything. His hands are too high. He's not getting the power he needs. Manglers are going to shrug these off.
Yeah, he's got to do potato. There we go.
Starting to get some power into it.
He's throwing the back in even if his hands aren't quite right.
However,
that for going at the knee. It's hard to see from here.
We have a warning on back of the knee right there. Okay, Mangler's finally started to have to pay attention to Hool, which means he cannot work on Tyler. But Tyler is tired, being bent over the rail. He grunts it out!
Yeah, Tyler won. Hool walks it out, sorry.
And Hool walks that out. Tyler pulls a suicide, but Hool able to run away as Mangler reaches desperately to pull him down. 2 suicides to pull that away. I can't sign off on the use of suicides to win, but when it works, it works.
It's definitely not a tactic you want to be walking in with, but
no.
I mean, Tyler's still breathing heavy on the ground.
Yep. Everyone.
I'm not sure how much of that was a suicide or just I'm going to collapse with you.
Yeah, I'm going down and you're coming
with me.
that may in fact have been what happened. Yep, he's having trouble breathing. They're taking his helm off. We have his Gary the Murder Gnome trained medic coming in.
He's okay. He's just.
All right, they got him up. They got his helm open. Jay's saying, "Do it elsewhere so that we can get on with the fight."
Yeah, get him off the field.
Now that we know he's okay, they're moving him. They'll see him. Oh, he's saying no. He wants back in. He's saying.
No, he's staying in.
We need an armor.
He's going to be a trooper. He's staying in.
He's on.
I need a back, please.
We need a minute for armor.
Brandon's calling for his minute of armor.
Trying to see. No, that was pretty fast-paced, though.
That was. They really got into it. Brandon set it off with that cross check, and then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose.
A couple people on both sides staying pretty mobile and free for a little bit.
I don't know if you saw that duck Greg had. Someone came in, swung at his head. He ducks, runs around, gets free, comes back in for a cross check, but then Tyler got him and threw him down.
Oh yeah.
It was nice. Tyler's looking good today. He's having a good day.
Yeah, one of the problems on these is always trying to keep track of who's on your team.
Oh yeah, when you mix up the teams, especially without tabards, it can get real difficult. Brandon sets it off again. Really gets in there. Greg trying to get free, doesn't know what to do. Mangler has Brandon in the back. Ryan's free. Oh! With the first takedown, bounces Hool off the rail.
Greg and Tyler.
Greg looking for something. Tyler gets in. Oh! Greg throwing heavy shots. Brandon has to take a knee as Mangler pulls him down.
Some nice hits by Greg.
Yeah, Greg is really swinging. Drops Julie. That axe is working right now.
Yeah, he dropped Julie that one shot. We got Sabatino.
Is that 3-on-1? I think that's 3-on-1. And they call the stop fight. Tyler, last man standing.
4-on-1.
It's 4-on-1.
4-on-1.
Oh man.
We got
Durante didn't lose a fighter.
No, nice, Durante. Everybody stayed up on Durante.
That was well done.
Nice.
Greg.
That was definitely Greg. Greg did some nice axe moves.
He has one takedown on Julie, a great assist on Brandon, putting him in a painful position where Mangler was able to just pull him down.
And he bounced Hool off that pole.
That was Brian who got the bounce.
Brian.
Yep. Greg was running free in that position there too, though. And then I don't know who had the last takedown, but
There was some stuff going on in that corner that I couldn't quite see. It was pretty packed.
Yeah, this chaos makes it very hard to keep track of every play, especially with such dynamic movement that's going on. Team Durante really wants to keep it active.
I mean, between Durante and Greg, and just the two of them, they've got some definite foot speed and some movement ability on it. They got Mangler who can anchor something and keep a corner, and Sabatino seems to be doing great. I think Ross is trying to get that opening move to get something to break and get that advantage real quick, but he's not getting the hits he needs.
Yeah, here we go. Probably last round.
It up.
Tyler with the first shot in. Oh, almost over the rail, but not able to get it.
Come on.
He still has his back though. Greg started to swing.
Yep.
Not able to put someone down with it this time. Cool down. Arantino gets it. Let's cool down. Mangler puts someone down. Ryan with a kick.
I'm just trying to keep track of everything that's going on right now. We've settled down a little bit. We got Greg and Ross holding each other up in the corner.
Yeah,
nice little
bad place to be if you're Josh. Brandon almost pulls it out. 3-on-1.
Take on Sabatino.
What a takedown, but
There's a 3-on-1.
It doesn't matter. What an epic finish though.
That was great.
Brandon almost pulled out. I can't believe he got free and put that takedown on right at the end. So close to saving it for his team, but in the end, not quite enough.
Was that actually like 4-on-1 before he took down Sabatino? Is that what it was?
It might have been. I don't know if he got that takedown before Josh went down or not. It was hard to tell.
It was hard to tell. A lot happens real fast.
I think that round might have been Mangler. I think I saw him take down 2 fighters there.
Yeah, and that's it. Durante takes the day.
Yeah, Durante takes the day. Great work. I mean, that man puts in a lot of work. He's hard to beat. And then when you add the toughest man in the sport to his team, and you know who really surprised me at the end right there? Sarantino got 2 takedowns in that. Put Hool down. Like that's as your first time in armor.
Nice.
Yeah, and from what we
That's
saw,
nice.
his first rounds, where Caitlin is really putting him to work. To at the end, not only holding his own, but putting people down. Got really impressed.
Some of these matches where you're doing 10, 12, rounds or even more, 20 rounds, you really get a chance to work your game over the course of the evening. And if you take the time when you're sitting on the sideline going, okay, what did I do? What can I do better? You can really make some changes in the course of a night.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. We see people figuring it out and leveling up. We saw Greg learn how to swing that axe. He put some people down. We saw Sarantino get his feet. He learned some takedowns.
Yep.
Julie learns how to throw some punches. just all over, everyone hitting another level. Brandon started to put some more movement than I've seen from him.
Yeah.
Hold up. Brandon shouting out to his buddy, Brian. And now the celebratory dance. And
Durante looks as fresh as a newborn daisy.
Yeah, he's barely breathing heavy. I don't know if you guys can see this in the stream. Mangler's face is leaking hard every time.
It looks like he cut open the bridge of his nose, so that'll be a little bit bigger after that heals.
He just keeps slowly growing. All right, well, that was a great night. Oh, we see Caitlin. She's coming in. Looks like she's on crutches. Maybe a sprained ankle. We're not quite sure.
Looks like her knee's taped up.
Oh, Mikey's signing posters and handing them out.
Yeah, we do have some.
Now Brian signing.
I think some of these guys may have been on TV.
Yeah,
Was there something I saw?
Something about that maybe on History Channel Wednesdays.
That's right.
Wednesdays at 10.
Wednesdays at 10 on the History Channel night fights. We got Mikey Johnson out there who was just on. Brian Durante who won his episode with that did have Brandon on it.
Yep. Tyler out there. He was episode 2.
Along with Josh.
Yes. All right. Well, we talked a lot. You've watched a lot. We fucked up a lot. So on that note, I think we're going to go.
All right. We're going to go join everybody down there.
Right.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. Have a good night.
All right. Peace out, y'all.